talking to us a bit about the school calendar and exactly when are schools slated to officially open?
Yes, the schools are slated to open first for the teachers on the 6th of January, and for the learners, the grade pre-primary to grade 10 is to reopen on the 10th, while the cohort, the 2011 cohort, the grade 11 cohort of 2022 will start on the 24th of January.
Getting into the matter regarding the examinations and of course the rewriting of the exams for the grade 12 and the 11 learners, is the ministry prepared, specifically considering from a security standpoint, space for learners to be able to write, considering we are still in the midst of a pandemic? Just talk to us about the preparations around that.
Yeah. The preparations is like it was done before the leakage happened. What happened is that we got our new, or the question papers to be rewritten. We got them already. They arrived in the regions. They are to be distributed at the schools as soon as the schools reopen for teachers. With regard to the arrangements for spaces for writing exams, that's why we are saying for the grade 11 cohort of 2022, they are only starting on the 24th of January. This is because we need to create available spaces for the grade 11s who are rewriting to be alone at the school so that we can have enough space in terms of COVID-19 adherence to the health protocols, and also for us to have halls where to write examinations. So all those are taken care of, and we are only waiting for the teachers to start, and then the papers will be distributed to the schools.
And on the part of this, securing the examination papers themselves and ensuring that what has happened obviously does not happen again?
Yeah, that one has been there already. Okay. Although the integrity of the examination has always been key to the DNEA, but in particular in the ministry at large. So the head examination center heads know already how to keep the examination safe at the schools. Yeah.
Now, when we talk about the effect that these examinations have, of course, had, you've got grade 11s and 12s that are now, could have been potentially enrolling for tertiary. Just talk to us about specifically, because there has been public fear around the cancellation of the initial exams. Yeah. In terms of the enrollment of these students, has there been any special arrangements made? Should they pass, considering exams they start writing on the 7th of February, marking still needs to take place. Some of them have already applied to institutions, potentially looking to be enrolled in these institutions. Just talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, with regard to enrollment, let's start with the starting and ending of the examination of different cohorts. Grade 11's new curriculum, they will only write their examinations up to the 24th of January. And the release of results is as was planned initially before the leak. So the grade 11 results will be released at the same time as the advanced subsidiary, which has never been leaked. So there will be no delay in the release of examination for results for grade 11 new curriculum. And this is what happened also last year, because in 2021, because what we usually do, what we did this year in fact is to say, since we had breakages down of schools, closing of schools, we need to make up for the time that we lost. That's why examination this year was only written in November instead of October. That's why we had already planned for the release only mid-February. With regard to institutions of higher learning, I informed by my officials, we have been in consultation with institutions of higher learning through the Ministry of Higher Education. In fact, what happens is that children have already applied. They've already applied. They've already given provisional admissions for those that qualifies according to the mid-year results. But the concern will rather be the registration now. But for the grade 11, as we are saying, the release is as was planned. They are going to be released together with the advanced subsidiary. But when it comes to the old curriculum, the grade 12 now, these are part-time candidates who have already obtained their qualifications, except for those the subjects that we're still updating. Those ones is a bit of a concern because they will only be finalizing their examination around March. And they are around mid-February, but they also their results will only be out in March. And we have made this arrangement in order to take care of the number of teachers who are going to mark, you know, so that we cannot overload everybody and delay the result of the grade 11 who are supposed to go to grade 12, because those others, they are already having some qualifications. Although they are still upgrading some subjects, they can still enroll for mature age, because many of them are really those who are already in mature age, because we are talking about the old curriculum which we have already phased out. We only gave them an opportunity, the last opportunity this year, for them to catch up with some of the subjects that they really wanted to catch up with still.
I'm sure it's definitely a relief for some of those students that will be writing that at least provision has been made.
Yeah.
Now, Minister, one of the reasons that your ministry mentioned in terms of why the exams were actually cancelled is that there was a fear that Cambridge would not accredit the qualifications. Now, taking into consideration, there have been numerous situations where Namibians have complained over the years as to Namibians in general, or Namibia in general, finally creating a system of its own. Minister, how long will we still rely on the Cambridge system?
To start with, still, we have our own education system. We have got our own examination system. Our examination is a Namibianized, localized examination system. We develop our own curriculum. We develop our own syllabi. We set our own examinations. We mark our own examination, and we process the results. But the relationship that exists between Namibia and Cambridge International Examination, is that of benchmarking and quality assurance and accreditation. Because we are talking about an internationally recognizable qualification that we need to give to our children, so that they will pass here and go all over the world and study. We are not dealing with this examination in isolation. That's why we need to be in agreement with a world-renowned examination institute, which can quality assure our examination, so that whatever qualification we issue to our children is that one of integrity. So the rewriting of examination is not a matter of fear for Cambridge. The relationship between us and Cambridge is not based on fear. It's a matter of mutual working together to ensure an integrable, qualification. So there is no matter of fear. It's a matter of processes to be followed in order. In fact, it's the right thing to do, to have this examination written. We could have let it go, and afterwards our children's qualifications are not accredited. We have wasted the time, we have wasted the money. So it was just the right thing to do at the right time before we waste more money.
Indeed. And of course, to ensure that there isn't doubt on the qualification.
And it's according to the world examination standards.
Okay.
Yes.
Minister, lastly, before we let you go, accountability. People need to be held accountable considering the immense damage this has done to so many people.
Yeah.
How far are we with the police investigations, and specifically, have there been any people arrested with regards to the leaking of these examination papers?
Yeah, the police investigation has been going on for a long time. Okay. Some people have been arrested, taken to prison, released on bail. But where we are standing now, we have got 5 cases open, and four cases open, whereby 5 people are in police custody. 3 in Oceania region and 2 in Commerce region. Yeah, but police investigations still go on, and that's one cannot really delve too much into the case. It's only to say arrests are being made.
So there certainly is progress.
There's progress,
and the potential that more people will actually.
Yes, and we really thank our police. They helped us a lot, because when these things happen, we need to go down to the root of the problem, because it will also talk to our own systems and our risk management, risk assessment matrix, which we might go back and say we need to strengthen here and here in order for us to close the gaps and the loopholes. Because with the system like this, we may pinpoint the finger at somebody who would be found to be this is the right person.
Indeed.
But how did it happen?
Indeed.
You will have to go back in order to prevent this to happen through, because every situation you go through, definitely you go back, you come back out, I mean, you come out wiser than ever.
Now, briefly, just before we close off, Minister, without a doubt, this has, of course, cast doubt on the integrity of your ministry in particular.
Yeah.
How do you plan on restoring the public's trust in your ministry?
Yeah. Theo, I would say the public should just continue trusting the system. Because in every system, you will have different characters of people. Yes, we make sure that we are running an examination of integrity. We are trying to build trust in our people. We have got systems and processes in places. That's why we are saying whatever happened, we are still going to go back and re-look at the risk assessment aspect of it through our internal audit section. We need to correct things.
That is certainly reassuring.